Richards up the far side. Mason sends it down low. That should just about do it for the Orlando power play. Murphy tries to hold it in. It's dug out of there and cleared by Brigley. 5 skaters aside, under a minute to go in the first period. A 2-1 hockey game. Vipers on top. Here's Joel Dezane at the red line, swinging into the far corner. Catching up to it here, the near side. Ed Campbell lost it to Burr. Sean Burr, far side for Brigley. Brigley tried to center it. He's bumped by Beaufait. 34 seconds left in period number 1 at the Palace. Herbert Vasiliev, cross ice. Here's Curtis Murphy. Up ahead, Beaufait in on net, shot, save made by Thomas, and got a quick whistle from David Cassidy. And Brigley doesn't like the fact that Beaufait picked up the loose puck and tried to go around the net to poke it home after the whistle had sounded.
Just a mix-up again, 2-on-2 coverage. An easy play coming over the blue line. Defense just got to slide over and take your man. And it was Joel Dezane just didn't slide over and take his guy. You got to pick up the lead guy. The lead guy is going to have to stop at the blue line. If you force the guy to make the pass to him, just pick him up and stop at the blue line. Got there too late.
23 seconds before the horn sounds to end the first 20 minutes of play. Detroit on top 2-1. Orlando out shooting Detroit 12-2. We'll talk with assistant coach Bobby Jay, get his thoughts on the first 20 minutes. Sean Burr will join us on the intermission report. Of course, Dave Shan will have stats and highlights and his insight.
My only issue in the intermission is, am I going to get to ask a question? Because the Sean Burr interview usually works. You ask the first question, and the next 4 minutes are gone.
Depends if he wants to answer it from you. That's his choice. Rominski clears. 6 seconds left to go in the period. Orlando sends it into the corner, but offsides against the Solar Bears with 3.5 seconds showing on the Palace clock.
The joke when he was playing with the Red Wings was he never met a camera he didn't like or a microphone he wouldn't talk to. So.
Very accessible. You know, well, that's the way things go sometimes when players are accessible and have such good quotes like the Sean Burrs. Then the media is going to constantly go to those guys.
And I think he's going to be a tremendous presence in the dressing room.
I think he already has been, to be honest with you. And he's only been here a couple of games. Savaglia and Carter to take the draw just outside the Detroit zone. Savaglia wins it, and that'll do it for the first 20 minutes of play. With Detroit leading 2-1, time for tonight's scoring summary brought to you by Sea-Doo Watercraft. Everybody's doing it at Anderson Sales and Service in Bloomfield Hills. Detroit got on the board first with their very first shot of the hockey game. A power play tally. Andrei Skopincev, his 4th goal of the year from Savaglia and Byron Brisky, and Detroit led it 1-0. They made it 2-0 on Nils Ekman's 3rd goal as a Viper, 12th of the season from Travis Brigley and Sean Burr. And then Mark Beaufait got Orlando on the board at the 16:38 mark. His 8th goal from Barry Dreger and Curtis Murphy, and it's a 2-1 hockey game. Scoring summary brought to you by Sea-Doo Watercraft. We're back to talk with assistant coach Bobby Jay right after this. This is Vipers Hockey. They may have been outshot in that first period, but they are on top where it matters most. The scoreboard. They lead it 2-1. Not too bad, although they'd like more rubber thrown at Scott Lankow.
Well, the whole idea in hockey is to score the more goals than the other guy. It doesn't. The shots matter, but they don't matter when it comes down to the final score. I think they're a little disappointed in the way they played the last 10 minutes of that period. I thought the first 10 minutes they played well and looked like they were going to have the game well in control. Orlando started to put some pressure on, got some pressure down low, resulting in a goal towards the end of the period. But we had, you know, they got to play better and get more shots in net.
You can tell already, folks, even watching at home, the difference this hockey club is now compared to the way they were early or even late October with the acquisition of guys like Sean Burr, and he now joins us. So, Sean, you're having a lot of fun out there. If you wouldn't bump Stéphane Richer off the puck, who knows? Maybe you guys would be up 3-1, huh?
Yeah, I told Steph there's a lot of hitting out here, and he hadn't got hit yet, so I figured I better let him know what it feels like.
Well, I know in your game, unless you're hitting somebody in your own team, you're just not into it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into it here. You can tell I'm sporting a little bit of a red face here. It's you know, it's tough I missed a month and a half, and it's tough getting your wind in your legs, but slowly but surely it's coming around.
Hey, listen, you may have missed a good 5 weeks or so, but a goal and an assist in back-to-back games, you're plugging away. You look pretty strong to us. Your thoughts on your conditioning and how you feel right now?
Well, you know, I feel not bad. Like my back and my hamstring, that's what was bothering me in Tampa. It feels pretty good out there. It's more or less just my wind and you know, trying to get some timing back. I know I made a couple bonehead plays out there, kind of chasing the puck around, but you know, that's going to come with just feeling a little bit more comfortable out there.
You've had a great career, Sean. What are your thoughts, and how much longer do you think you're going to go?
Well, you know what, I'm kind of taking it year by year, and you know, I have another year left of my contract, and hopefully I can play well here and you know, get back to the NHL. That's what we all strive for down here, and you know, you just got to keep working and try to get in the best shape you can, and hope someone watches one night when somebody wants to make a move or Tampa wants you back. So that's what you do. And right now I'm happy in here. I have a home in St. Clair, Michigan. A little bit of a hike here, but you know, it's nice to finally live at home every once in a while during the wintertime.
Well, I'm sure you're finding your back roads rather on your way to the Palace, so it's good to see you.
One of the state troopers found me on the back road.
All you got to do is tell them I'm Sean Burr. I'm a +3, and I got a goal and an assist so far for the Vipers. And the Vipers up 2-1. We're back to this. This is Vipers hockey.
A great time is a sure thing at Traverse Bay Casino Resort. A great time is a sure thing. It has a familiar ring. 'Cause it's all here, lots of ball here, ready, set. Now let the games begin. A great time is a sure thing. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna grin. That's the business we're in. A great time is a sure thing at Traverse Bay Casino Resort.
Unrivaled connectivity to the arts and entertainment, science and medicine, industry and education. Wayne State University, a comprehensive national research university entering a new era of greatness. 200,000 alumni already know, and 32,000 students are learning. Wayne State University is the intellectual hub of Metro Detroit. Connect to us. Call toll-free 877-WSU-INFO or visit us at wayne.edu.
If you're a carpenter, think of your future. The Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters backs up your skills with negotiating power, world-class training, and job security. The Carpenters and Joiners Union helps protect more than 18,000 carpenters, millwrights, pile drivers, lathers, millmen, and resilient floor decorators across the state. Your efforts will be backed by excellent pay and good working conditions, protected benefits, and pensions. Get organized. Phone the Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters today.
The King brothers, separated at birth. George King would wind up living with a family that subscribed to popular fishing magazines. James went to a family that subscribed to the Wall Street Journal. As the years passed and the boys grew, George spent most of his time in front of the television, watching fishing shows, while James read the journal like a sponge, absorbing ideas, insight, and getting a real sense of the opportunities surrounding him. 28 years later, George lives at home with his parents, while his brother James started a B2B web company, got mezzanine financing, and went public with a record first-day pop. Food for thought, especially since you can get 13 weeks of the Wall Street Journal for just 57 cents a day. That's 25% off the regular subscription. Subscribe now. Call 800-334-4700. That's 800-334-4700. The Wall Street Journal, Adventures in Capitalism.
Pistons Hawks, Wednesday at 7 on Fox Sports Net.
Detroit on top of Orlando 2-1 despite getting outshot by 10. Welcome back to the Palace. Matt Shepard along with Dave Shannon. We welcome in assistant coach Bobby J. Now, Coach, your thoughts on that first 20 minutes of play? You look very sharp early, but you're not throwing as much at the net as you expected maybe, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. This is pretty much par for the course for us, down 10 shots after the first period. There's no question our skill level's much improved. You know, so we're going to cash in on our opportunities, but we're not happy with that period at all. I think the plays early were very nice for us, got us a little pumped up, and we all thought we were going to have an easy night. And, of course, you know that doesn't happen in pro hockey. So we have to get back to work, do the little things. Doesn't matter who we have in and out of the lineup. If we work hard, you know, the thing is we'll get more opportunities, and now we'll be able to capitalize on them.
Well, you had to be a little disappointed in defense. They got to move out quicker in the neutral zone. Looked like there's way too big a gap.
Absolutely. We've talked about it before, and it's something, I mean, especially in pro hockey, for the younger guys, they don't realize if you give good players the ability to gain the offensive blue line, they're going to make plays, you know, and there's no excuse for us not to get up and stuff that play. We got to get up in the neutral zone as quick as we can, so if we do have a turnover, there won't be much room for the offensive team, which in this case Orlando, to get some open space.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second period. Skopintsev nets the goal, and so does Nils Ekman. Detroit leads at 2-1. This is Vipers hockey. All right, I don't know if it's any kind of record, but Detroit has scored every time they've thrown the puck in the net. They only got 2 shots, and they're up 2-1.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they got out of the box great. Two great scoring chances right off the beginning. Here's a nice give and go with Peter Sabaglia and Andres Kuspincev, and just a blast. Dale Raminski in front of the net. No chance for Lankow. First shot of the net is in. And here's Sean Burr. Beautiful little saucer pass in a 3-on-3. Travis Brigley corrals it right over Nels Ekman. 2-0. First two shots in net. Unfortunately for Detroit, that was it. 2 shots, 2 goals. Nice give and go here. Barry Dreger to Mark Beaufait, and he knows what to do with the puck around the net. They made it 2-1 late in the period, and that's where it stands right now, a 2-1 hockey game.
Barry Dreger's 2nd assist on the year, Beaufait's 8th goal. You see the assist, you see the shots on goal that we talked about. Face-offs won. Detroit is really starting to improve there, but like you said, Dave Shan, they got to...
Well, they were two zip shots in net, and they're 2-0 in the hockey game. They didn't get a shot in the net in the last 14 minutes of that period, and with the talent that Detroit's got in this team now, that's unacceptable. And I think Bobby J hit it right in the head. They got to work harder. The problem in that period, you get up 2-0 and things are rolling. Everybody says, "Holy mackerel, we got a 7-1, 8-1 hockey game here." And before you know it, Orlando's a heck of a hockey team, and a heck of a hockey team on the road. They're not going to back down. A lot of character in that team. And you're back in a battle here.
They're 5-1-2 in their last 8, and they are 14-7-3 against the East. They're doing something right to be that competitive, and they start moving left to right. Detroit holding on to the 2-1 lead.
And as I said, you know, one of the keys to the game was jump on them early, which is what Detroit did. They jumped on them early. Now you got to keep jumping.
Here's Ekman in on net. Oh, it just dribbled off the tape of his stick. He couldn't bring it back to the forehand. Sean Burr goes back to get some new wood. Beaufait leads a rush. Shot far side. Thomas makes the pad save and holds on. Wes Mason teeing it up on the far side circle to test Tim Thomas early in the second.
Right off the bat, you know, Detroit got a great scoring chance. Niels Ekman just couldn't corral it in alone on the net. And I don't know whether it was, couldn't decide whether he was going to come across or whether he was going to shoot. And he ended up not doing either one of them.
Almost like the tail end of a penalty shot, if you will. He just couldn't decide what he wanted to do. Now Beaufait and Sean Burr on the far circle in the Detroit zone. Vasilyev sends it down in the near corner. Mason now getting bodied up in the near side by Skopincev. Sigio takes a whack at it up the near side wall to Ekman, who punches it out to center ice.
And it is going to take a while. Sean Burr mentioned in the interview, get back in game shape. Stefan Richer is going to do the same thing. He's been off for a week and a half now.
Burr tries a backhand pass to Ekman. Vasilyev picks it off far side for Beaufait. Number 1 line for Orlando. Late man coming. Mason couldn't get the shot away. Brigley blocked it. But Mason now has it, circling, trying to feed it in front. It goes to the far side wall. Clark holds it in.
This line's been on for a long time. They need to get it out and get off.
So is Orlando's. Mason to Beaufait, a little give and go, and down goes Mason, tied up.
That's what
and
happened.
A penalty against Detroit. Andrei Skopincev will go to the box for interference.
Almost a minute 20 in the first shift. That's way, way too long. Your ideal shift's 35, 45 seconds. And once you get caught out that long, the legs go, and you got to start hooking and holding and grabbing on, and that's exactly what happens here. Wes Mason beats it back to the front of the net, and Andrei Kuspincev hauls him down.
Skopincev now with his 15th and 16th penalty minute. They call it holding at the 112 mark, and Orlando goes back on the power play. 7 of 24 in the series against Detroit. It's not too shabby.
That's good in whatever league you're in.
17.5% conversion rate, and Detroit's penalty kill at 79%, which is worst in the IHL, but it's a little bit better than that at home at 80%.
And Orlando had some good scoring chances in their power play. Detroit did a good job, but there's no question Orlando controlled the play down low when they had the man advantage.
Shewchuk goes wide to LeChance, now Richards. Clark near side circle.
Let's see what kind of adjustments Detroit made to take away. That's what they've done. They take away Todd Richards at the top.
Clark had a little lane there, decided to go far side, and Richards couldn't get the shot he wanted off, and Detroit clears. And now the Vipers go for a change. Burr comes out with Desigio, Joel Dezane, and Travis Brigley. Shewchuk over the Detroit blue line, tries to go wide on Dezane. Late man, shot, save made by Thomas. Carter had a shot right in front of Tim Thomas, who made the save and steered it to his right.
Sean Burr must be thinking, Paulin Bordelot, what are you going to do, try to kill me? He just went out for a minute and a half shift. He got 30-second rest and came back out. He's killing the penalty.
Yeah, he's playing important minutes. Sigio drives it into the far corner. Lankow will hold it. Guided for Clark. Up the near side for Buffet. He's logged a lot of time here early in the second, hasn't he? He goes wide on Basigio. Sends it up the far side wall for Vasiliev.
I'll tell you, I've watched Mark Buffet since he played in Northern Michigan, and that kid can skate forever.
Skevich, far side Vasiliev, down low. Buffet, centering pass. Sverdavet couldn't get the shot away. Sverdavet's the only guy to score against Detroit last time these two teams played. Skevich in the high slot, far side Vasiliev. Down low, Buffet, centering pass, and picked off by Basigio. Murphy was coming from the right side, and Basigio picked it off and then sent it into the Orlando zone.
And that's going to do it for the penalty.
Good kill for the Vipers, but Orlando will gain the Detroit zone as Detroit finally gets it full strength. Here's Murphy. Sverdavet, stopped short of shooting. Shannon Finn came out to block him off. Now Vasiliev on the end boards, off the back of the net, holding and waiting. Now Buffet wrists it toward the net, and it went wide. Here comes Stefan Richer, his Vipers debut. Up the near side for Maltby, punches it down low off the end wall. A little too far for Richer. And now Orlando comes out left to right. Wes Mason trying to go around Shannon Finn. Takes a couple of whacks at him. Now Mason goes cross ice. Kinnear, far side hash to the side of the net. Now Adams and Sammy St. Pierre battle. Betek takes a big hit from Snyder in the corner. Scorch free to Detroit, 2-on-2. Maltby trying to use his speed to Richer near side over the blue line. Holding, sending in front. St. Pierre overskated it to Adams.
Great play by Richer. Sam St. Pierre wasn't expecting the pass to get through.
Here comes Greg Adams over the red line and into the Detroit zone. Around Skopintsev's shot, and it went wide. Didn't get enough mustard on it.
Andrei Skopintsev's Cardinal sin of defenseman. Don't look at the puck. Take the man. Brian Adams can kill you when he's going one-on-one.
Now Savaglia gaining speed over the Orlando blue line to Walker. Wrist shot! The captain buries the goal to make it a 3-1 hockey game.
I've seen that play 30 times in the last 3 years. When Pete Savaglia pulls the defenseman to him, you don't think he can get it through the defenseman's stick to Steve Walker coming on the left side, and he's got a great wrist shot and pumps the top corner. Defenseman comes over. He's on his backhand. He can't possibly get it to him. Look at that right on the tape. Top corner, Scott Lankow, no chance. Well, now we're 3 for 4. 4 shots and goal, three goals. And I don't know whether I would be surprised if Peter Horacek keeps going the way he's going. He's got to make a change. 3 out of 4 shots, you can't. Oh, here we go. Rick Tabarachi's coming off the bench. Even though he played last night, had a shutout last night in Cincinnati. They arrived this afternoon. They're taking him off. And I'll tell you, Steve Walker's been in a bit of a drought. The last 10 games, no goals. Of course, he's leading.
No goals, but he had 8 assists over the last 12 games. He's got 6 goals now, 5 of them at home. Second time he has burned this Orlando hockey club, and Detroit is up 3-1. A couple of assists for Pete Savaglia tonight, number 10 and 11, and Detroit feels pretty good, and now they get ready for Rick Tabarachi with 15:23 left to go in the second period. Tabarachi 9-5-3 so far this season with a 2.72 goals against. His save percentage just under 90%, but get this, folks, he has 4-0-2 in his last 6 games.
Well, he's a great goaltender, great NHL goaltender, but you know, you got a Pete Horacek, and you may say, oh, geez, there were great scoring chances and great goals that were scored on Scott Lankow. When you're on the road and you got a goaltender playing for you, he needs to make some saves for you. And right now, regards to the quality of the goal scoring against him, Scott Lankow has not made any saves. And you have 4 shots in net and the team scores 3 goals. You got to get him out of there, give your other guy a chance to turn around. And hopefully your team's going to play better in front of the new guy as well.
Well, you talk about shots on net, but you also have talked to me and preached to me about quality shots. And Detroit may have only 4,
but they've all been good.
All 4 have been very, very good opportunities for them, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And Rick Tabarachi, after playing last night, we'll see how hot he is coming in. Of course, coming out of off a shutout doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, he's got to feel pretty good, don't you think?
25 saves last night on the road.
Scott Lankow had 2 shutouts to his credit coming into this hockey game. That was amongst the league leaders. Matter of fact, it ranked 3rd in the IHL, but it doesn't do him much good here at the Palace. Steve Walker picks up the goal, his 6th of the season, 5th in front of the home folks. More importantly, gives Detroit a 2-goal lead. Sean Carter up the far side. And Orlando sends it in. LaChance avoids the hit from Betek and sends it down low. Gets it back. Sends a shot. Thomas with a save. The follow-up, and Thomas was able to club that one to the right. Beaufait making a bid for his second goal of the game. St. Pierre to Maltby. Cross ice intended for Richer. Broken up nicely. Score! Shannon Finn set it in front. And I don't know if Richer redirected it, but he was out there bothering Tabaracci, and the first time they test Rick Tabaracci, Detroit buries it to light the lamp and make it a 4-1 game.
I think the defenseman in front of Rick Tabaracci went in off his shin pad. Tabaracci had no chance on it. But I'll tell you what, good things happen. You always talk about when a new goaltender comes in, throw it at the net, throw it at the net. Bad clear here. Shannon Finn busts his butt off, up the ice, right off Barry Dreger's skate, right into the net. But it was Shannon Finn working his way up the ice, off Barry Dreger into the net. And
well, if that didn't hit his stick, it would slide all the way to Richer, who will poke it into the empty net. Shannon Finn's second goal of the season, second point, and the Vipers are on top by 3.
And I don't know what the record is for, like, highest goals per shots on net.
What's the percentage right now?
It's 80%. 80% of the shots are going in, and that's pretty good.
Maltby and St. Pierre pick up the helpers. For Sean Maltby, that is his 3rd assist of the season. And for Sammy St. Pierre, it is his 3rd assist of the year as well. He now has 13 points and creeps into the top 6 in the IHL rookie scoring race. Ekman on the far side, Dasher right up against the Fox Sports net sign.
You were dealing with that 80% number just doing the Lions Weekly today, weren't you? 80% of the Lions running plays don't gain a yard? Was that the same number?
Well, they've been struggling on the ground. There's no question about it. And going to Washington doesn't help at all, does it?
Well, they're not playing in RFK Stadium. That's the only good thing we can say.
Oh, you're right. It's just been renamed to FedEx Stadium. Like, that's a big difference. They don't need to rename the Palace, that's for sure. Detroit's doing just fine here. On top by 3 against an Orlando Hockey Club that has the most road kills in all the IHL. Mason on the far side goes wide on the captain. Shot in front, redirected, and Tim Thomas somehow made the lateral movement left to right to keep it a 4-1 game. 13-17 left to go in the second. Detroit leads by a hat trick. This is Viper's Eye. Michigan Wolverines on the return of the CCAJ Game of the Week here on Fox Sports Net. Josh Lewin, Billy Jaffe, and Jim Blaney bring you all the action from East Lansing's Munn Arena Friday night at 7, only here on Fox Sports Net. Spartans, of course, coming out their 3rd straight GLI title with a 4-1 knockout of your alma mater, Dave Shan. But a good hockey game.
I was at that game. It was a great game. Let me tell you right now, Joel Blackburn is just a tremendous goaltender. He was the difference in the hockey. I thought Michigan outplayed Michigan State badly, and but couldn't beat them.
Spartans in the top 10, are they not?
Yes, they are. Number 2 in the country.
Here's Nils Ekman. Avoids a hit, sends it toward the net. Tabaracci closes up.
Finally gets a save.
Holds up. Are they number 2? Are they number 2? Or cause I thought no, North Dakota's number 2.
New Hampshire's number 1. North Dakota's 2. Maine is 3. Michigan State is 4.
And Wisconsin's loss to North Dakota and Milwaukee must have dropped them just a little bit. Peter Horacek concerned a little bit, although Tabaracci has now made 2 saves. And Detroit is now being outshot 16-7. They add an assist on the Steve Walker goal. Not only Savaglia, but also Dale Rominski with a little helper there. And Dale now with 8 assists on the year and 14 points.
Very respectable for the first half of your first pro year.
Oh, absolutely. And to play every game, he's been so durable. Here's Ekman with a steal. Far side shot! Save Tabaracci, and he kicks it to the left corner.
And that's Orlando needed that. If it goes 5-1, boy, this thing is over.
Richer keeps it alive to Brigley. Brigley already with a point tonight. Shot, and another save by Tabaracci. He got the paddle down there.
Well, I'm very impressed with Travis Brigley. He's going to be a good hockey player.
Yeah, he already is. Richer's played well. A lot of Vipers have played pretty solid hockey here tonight. Now Orlando still can't get it out. Ekman holding, wristing, and it goes wide.
This line has had 4 great scoring chances this shift.
Now Brian Adams out to center ice. Drops it back. Sverdovic gets it back to Adams. A blast! And Thomas made the paddle save there.
3 Detroit forwards all got caught looking at each other who was going to back check, and nobody did.
Brody Kinnear holding it at the point, not once but twice. Ekman tried to poke it away, and it goes up into the Solar Bears bench with 10:06 left to go in the second. Well, you and I have done a number of games so far this year, and I think it's fair to say, and everyone would agree, it's a heck of a lot more fun when Detroit's on the winning end of a 4-1 decision right now.
This is a great save by Tim Thomas. I'll tell you what, 3-on-2. Come back. Look at the Detroit forwards looking at each other. Who's going to pick up? Oh, geez, somebody's got to come back. 3-on-2. Great save. Great save.
Well, he saw it all the way. You know, Trevor Koenig told me on the recent road trip that if I can see it, I'll stop it. And Tim Thomas saw that shot by Brian Adams.
You love a goaltender when they have that type of confidence.
Well, he played with an awful lot of confidence in Milwaukee, and Tim Thomas turned right around in Orlando and did the same thing to the Solar Bears. Look at Steve Walker lift the stick of Mason and force the turnover. Well, that's textbook hockey, isn't it?
That's how you're supposed to back check.
Andrei Skopintsev takes a hit in the near corner. Vasiliev comes in to help out Beaufait. Puck is loose on the inboards in the Detroit zone. Mark Beaufait now has it. Backhand shot. Save, follow-up, score. Orlando creeps to within 2 after Wes Mason beat Tim Thomas on the rebound.
Just a breakdown on 3-on-3 coverage down low. And you cannot give Mark Beaufait the puck down low. He's going to make things happen as he does there. It's 3-on-3, 3-on-3, and Sean Burr goes to the wrong guy. Mark Beaufait walks out, can't recover, and then Dave Basigio does not stick with Wes Mason. Watch Dave Basigio's got Wes Mason right there. All he's got to do is beat him back to the front of the net. Doesn't get back, doesn't get his stick, knocks in the rebound, and he knows it. Look at the look in his face as soon as it's knocked in by Wes Mason.
Wes Mason in just his 4th game as a member of the Orlando Solar Bears. First time he's played Detroit, and he has himself a couple of goals now. Maltby with a shot, and Tabaracci saw that one from 60 feet out. Steers it to the near corner. St. Pierre holds it in for Detroit. He's getting hit from behind there by Dan Snyder. Snyder poking away. Now Stoyanov comes over to help out. They threw a stick right in his way, and I think Bob LaChance is going to get himself an interference call for throwing the loose stick right in front of Alex Stoyanov. Detroit, Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters and Millwrights Wednesday against the Grizzlies at 7:30 here at the Palace. You can see it right here on Fox Sports Net. Get your tickets by calling 248-377-0100. The upcoming Vipers home game is brought to you by the Michigan Regional Council of Carpenters and Millwrights. Call 1-888-HAMMER-9. Detroit is hammering Orlando right now. Despite being outshot by 9, they lead up 4-2. Wes Mason with the most recent goal for Orlando, 2nd of the season. And Detroit goes on the power play. Richer down low to Steve Walker to Savaglia on the far side.
What they want was Stefan Richer right there.
Now Savaglia with a shot. Raminsky tried to redirect it, and somehow Tabaracci made the save. Richer holds it in at the blue line.
And he's run power plays from the top before.
Walker touch pass for Savaglia. Boy, look at the passing these guys. What a show. Shot, and Tabaracci gloves at Savaglia, making a bid for the top shelf on the far corner.
You know, no knock at Pete Savaglia. He's the all-time leading scorer in the history of Vipers hockey. But if you had a choice between two guys shooting the puck from the point, Peter or Stefan Richer, Peter gets his way in 2nd place. I mean, the guy you want the trigger. They're trying to take him away. But this is the guy you want being the trigger man. And he set him up twice. But good save by Rick Tabaracci, and he knows it too.
Well, it's going to take a little time for those guys to get to know one another's game a little bit more, maybe.
Because Peter Savaglia's got that break a pane of glass type slap shot. It couldn't.
All right, now we look at the second unit, if we can call it that. With Walker and Savaglia going to the bench, you bring out Sean Burr, Travis Brigley, Nils Ekman, Stefan Richer stays out there for Detroit, and Andrei Skopintsev, who I think quarterbacks a pretty good power play from the defensive position.
Oh, some confusion there.
Tabaracci is out a little far. Brigley's inside the net. He's got to get out of there. Campbell's trying to hold him in. Speaking of holding it in, Richer can't, and he lost it. Skopintsev is back there to get him and help him out. 40 seconds left in the Detroit power play. Richer peels back.
Someone's got to move their feet.
Now he brings it up center ice. Can't dump it in. Beaufait with a good job to hold him off. Now Ekman wrists it into the far corner. Kinnear to get to it. Campbell Backhands up the near side wall. Brisky holds it in for Detroit. 17 seconds left in the Vipers power play. Sean Burr has it behind the net.